Hello, so welcomes back everyone, AnthWolf here with more Pillars of Eternity. Where we last left off, we had completed a quest for the Crucible Knights, and unfortunately due to our allegiance with the Dozens, or that we helped them out slightly and gained a positive reputation, we can't get any more quests from Commander Cliver here. So, looking at our side quests, we are going to do the quest Far From Home. When we were in Brackenbury, we spoke to someone, what was his name? Fristrin, yes, in the Brackenbury Inn. We didn't really want to help him out, but we got the quest in our log anyway. And we must speak to a prostitute called Cyril in the Salty Mast, in the province of Ondra's Gift. The Salty Mast, as you can guess, is probably going to be a brothel. I have played about, well, to be honest, about 15-20 minutes of this, and then my audio software Audacity crashed on me. That's a rare circumstance, so I know what's going to happen.
Sure.
But, I say we'll get ourselves caught back up. Well, let's get ourselves over to Ondra's Gift. See, I don't think we've been here apart from when the game's crashed on me at certain points, so we get to do a bit of exploring. So welcome to Ondra's Gift, everyone. Yeah, Ondra's Gift. We were in here before for this abandoned house to get the journal. That's right, we have been in Ondra's Gift before, but this is the Salty Mast down here. So let's have a walk around. Messages from Gilded Vale bring shocking news. Lord Raedric VII, loyal Vane of Deerwood, has been slain. He is succeeded by Kulsk, last surviving relative of the Raedric line. So let's have an explore around the Salty Mast first, see if there's anyone we can find. Like the sailor, for instance, who is surrounded by bottles. So, I say it's self-inflicted. You'll get no pity from me. There's something here. We'll look at that in a moment. Maybe another soul that we can look into. Surrounded by scattered planks, it isn't clear whether this skiff has been half-built and abandoned or cannibalized for lumber. We have a sunken ship here. Looks like it ran aground in the Adra. It's again all the cliffs. I'm not sure if there is actually cliffs in this game. I imagine there must be, but it seems like Defiance Bay is surrounded by Adra cliffs instead, which is unusual. Oh, it's actually something we can loot here. Looks like a barrel over there. And we've encountered GRF Lexingtail and Hikami. Two other individuals, we can touch their souls. You see only the barest glimpse of a jagged disfiguring scar before it's hidden with a hood as the man prepares to leap. One window to another, scaling a trellis with soft gloved hands, he moves promptly through the upper stories of the careless city. The afternoon is lethargic, empty, and he quickly hits 3 targets. A scroll hidden in some noblewoman's cabinet, a bottle of dark red wine from a blackened and dilapidated cellar, a pouch of coins from a self-wasted, overly rouged young elf. He buys himself dinner at an overly orange raw scrubbed inn, and swills the wine as he eats. But his eyes are on the door. He has barely finished when it closes behind a sour white elf, red eyes demanding answers. Unperturbed, he kisses her on the cheek, discreetly placing the scroll in her pocket, before returning to his meal, a significant deal richer for the gold in his hand. And Hikami here. You see an elven woman, her colourless complexion almost invisible amidst the falling snow. She's wrapped in white fur, tense eyes squinting in the glare. She moves rapidly, boots barely marking the snow underfoot, snapping glances behind her. A howl rises, quickly joined by another and another, and she loses a prayer to the wind as she begins to run. The wolves gain ground quickly, loping effortlessly behind her. She fumbles with her spellbook, but it's trapped in loops of leather on her back. Cursing, she changes course towards a jutting outcrop of ice. She can hear them now, hot breath crackling in the frozen air. Breathing hard, she tries to run faster, nose crinkling against the sweat down her face clammy. With a cry of relief, she reaches the ice and disappears. She falls into a small opening with a muffled thump, holding her breath as the wolves try to track her confused in the snow above. She shivers uncontrollably, from cold or fear, and tries to wait. A couple of more adventurers. We can't come down this way, down the jetty, but we can come around this way. So let's head back. We'll activate our fast mode. And double time it round this bend. I say the Salty Mast entrance is here. But we'll have we'll explore around it first. Before we pop our head in. Looks like a bunch of bandits there robbing this guy. Let's do a quick save. This man's fancy clothes are ripped and blood flows from a fresh cut above his eye. He tries to push himself up, but his arm is shaking. He winces painfully. Yeah, let's help him up. Thank you. My head. What happened to you? He carefully dabs at his bloody nose with a silk handkerchief. I was just on my way to the club. It's a rough part of town, but the rebels never been violent. Even a night with Ikari isn't worth this. He limps away. Oh, so he's coming to visit the Salty Mast. We'll drop down here. We'll see if we can get to this barrel. Oh, hello.
Keeping quiet.
What's an animat? A rain. Whoa, come on. A rain blight. Huh. I didn't know these were here, to be perfectly honest. Oh, there's a lot of them. I don't know how powerful they are, to be perfectly honest. Let's quick save and let's just try it out.
Aye?
You don't have any fireballs. Yeah, well, you gain nothing by being meek, I suppose.
Take him down. Take him down.
Wow, okay. Magic.
What?
We need some healing. Kinda surrounded here. Refocus our fire. Yeah.
I'm here. They got my scent.
Let's try to focus. Where are you? Let's try to... It's been a few days, can you tell? Try to knock him prone. Switch over to your two-handed sword.
On your word. Stand still.
And Alos went down as well. There we go.
Let's go.
Well, that went pretty badly. I won't lie. Enrithian Shield. Primal Water. Binding Copper. Actually, I've been looking for some Binding Copper in the past. I think we have been. To make some rarer ingredients.
Ready, Watcher.
Switch out to your bow.
Following your lead.
Switch out to the abacus. The abacus? The obelisk. I say, wait a minute. That doesn't sound right. Looks like the top portion of a scepter. Interesting.
Hello? Hello?
We have the spike, we have the base. This is one thing I never did when I am in the previous video before it crashed.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
White leaf, not so important. More blights.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Oh, we can be seen by Immatil here.
How may I help?
What can we throw? Oh, we do have this rolling flame.
Lava will be on seek.
Charge in. And once again, please. Focus. Your attention's here. Wow, 54 damage. That was pretty decent. Good. Right, let's do this properly now. Mark this target.
Hey.
Dead on.
Keep him prone. Oh, you just knocked me prone, thank you very much. Oh, he's dead.
I bring your
Dead on.
Hey.
There you go, much better.
Keeping an eye out.
What's this? Muscles cling to the bricks and planks. The shell's sharp enough to cut flesh. And that's the shaft. I wonder if we can combine it somehow. Well, it's a key item. Well, it's a quest item, I should say, so maybe it'll come back later. Oh, I forgot to turn off my Steam overlay. there's anything up here. No, doesn't seem like it there is. Okay, let's go back now. We'll activate fast mode. Forgot if we really wanted, we could activate slow mode as well. Half speed while in combat, so we can actually plan things out a bit better. A young boy's corpse lies at your feet, half covered in dirt and seaweed. His hands are stiffened around a dagger. A soul lingers nearby, something confused and lost in the seaside fog. As you reach for the soul, it lashes out. Glowing mist strikes at the air around you. The soul can't touch you, but you feel it burn with a feeble, uncontrolled rage. It's okay, I'm here to help you. The soul flickers. It ripples towards you, timidly at first. As it swirls around you, you experience wonder, fear, and the joy of running between the ships at noon. With a jolt, it pulls you into the streets around the salty Mast. Women with painted faces weave between men stumbling in and out of the lamplight. Father's gone in for a drink, just like always. He said he'd only be a few minutes, but it's been hours now. The man guarding the door only laughed when he tried to explain this. There's always a back door. In an alley, two men have cornered a woman. Her cheeks are streaked with tears. She's backed against the wall and looking away, and they're inching closer. Oh boy. You step forward. The men barely acknowledge you, but the woman looks at you, a plea in her eyes. You've seen that look in abused strays, in your hollow-born sister. That time father took her from her splintered cradle to the filled wash basin. You were brave that day. A knife is in the thug's belt. Now it's in your hands. And now it's in his thigh. You're small and fast, but not fast enough. Fingers bite into your arm and a muddied foot sails towards your face. Then everything is muffled by cold, brackish water. The soul retreats from you. It pulses with a question. Yeah, this wasn't a good story. You died. You need to understand this and move on. Darren's soul absorbs this thought, and ebbs in the ocean mists around the dock. A young boy's corpse lies back at your feet. You may take the dagger. The boy's small hands are rigid and deaf, but you pry the dagger free. It looks too large and too expensive to have belonged to him. The letter B is carved into the pommel. And we've gained a new crest. A young boy named Darren has gone missing in Andra's gift. We found the young boy's corpse in the canals near the brothel. His family will want to know his fate. We found a dagger with the letter B engraved upon it. It's most likely belonged to Darren's killer. I don't think we've seen anyone with an engraved, like a name beginning with B around here locally. Especially with an engraved dagger. That kind of tells me that it may be a noble. And we haven't visited the Ducal Palace to actually investigate there. We'll have another look round. Some Valalian sailors. Let's have a walk around a house here. A refugee. Oh, a noble. Is this a noble I helped out before? Okay. Don't mind, let's go into the Salty Mast. We might find some more information there. I'll have a sip of tea while it's loading.
Nothing like this in Gilded Vale. Just Wallaroon of the milkmaid. She knew what she was doing.
Over fried cod, watered ale, and prostitution.
A bastion of Deerwooden culture.
So, as I say, welcome to the Salty Mast, the brothel
Visit new
of
lands, see the sights. I do
Defiance
love
Bay.
travel.
Now to find a home for my other staff.
Yes, thanks, Durance. So yeah, as I said, this is the brothel of Defiance Bay. Basically, much like any other tavern, but you can pay for some quality time, shall we say. I think Maka here, yep, is the proprietress. Let's have a quick save and let's have a talk.
Good day, stranger.
The Armora woman watches you suspiciously. One hand is tensed at her side, but as you approach, she relaxes and gives you a friendly, if wary, smile. I don't see many outfitted like you who aren't looking for trouble. You aren't looking for trouble, are you? What kind of trouble are you having? A frown ripples across her blue facial markings. The kind that's bad for business. Local rowdies have taken up harassing my hard-working boys and girls, and our customers, they started showing up after this rush of Hollowborn, and they've been driving my regulars away. Yeah, we kinda noticed those rowdies outside. She looks you up and down, scratching her chin. There aren't too many who care about what happens in a place like the Gift, but word is you're an exception. The knights are too busy sniffing around Duke Avar to bother with us commoners, and I'd just as soon not deal with their bureaucracy anyway. Yeah, tell me how I can help. These folks tend to roam in groups, which suggests to me that they aren't random incidents. You put a stop to these attacks and I'll find a real nice way to thank you. Got me? Sagani glances at Kana. Cover your ears, lad. Can I ask you about something? Oh, I've got questions, actually. Yeah, because now I remember this, we can ask more about these attacks. What do you know about them? You only have to step outside to see it for yourself. Those folks out there are just waiting to cause trouble for anyone coming or going. Maybe they'll just let you pass, however. What can you tell me about your business? It's not doing as well as I'd like with all this trouble. I run an honest enterprise, just trying to give folks a little rest and relaxation. You help me out and I'll see about getting you a special discount. Thanks, I suppose. What else can I ask you about? Is there someone here named Cyril? You must be new in town, dearie. She's only the most sought-after girl in the district. You want to spend time with her, just ask. She's 1,000 for the night, but she's worth every pound. Or so they tell me. Fancy a go with her? Maybe another time. That's what everyone says at first. I want to order some refreshments. Excellent. Do we want... Let's have a look at these Griffin shields. Yeah, we'll sell them. They're fancy, but we don't really need them. It'd be worth keeping this armor. If we can stash it, that is. Yeah, that's fine. Could hire a level 5 adventurer. Yeah, we can rest up here. Why not? Not that kind of rest, though, of course. Oh, a new quest. Find and confront the thugs. Let's have a quick look at it. We know that. Supply and demand. Street folks are harassing prostitutes and clients in the Salty Mast. Maya, the proprietress, would like to put an end to it, but the agitators may have their own grievances. Oh. And our stronghold. Very well. Yeah, that's fine. This is the one we want. So the towers are complete now. Yeah, we'll probably want to increase our security once again. So it takes us 4 days. We'll get them started. There's plenty of people around here we could talk to, like Oriko. Oriko catches your eye. A golden hoop dangles from one ear, and his fine fitted clothes whisper as he glides over to you. You have me at a loss. How could I afford time with such a magnificent creature? What are you talking about? I'm talking about your magnificent eyes and perfect lips. Truly it would be a crime for you to ever close them. He runs a finger along a perfectly symmetrical goatee. What can Oriko do for you? Not this time. I think we just got propositioned. Some healing items there, but we would get told off by the guards. Some patrons there. Yep. Big Dermsey. The old man seems to walk with a slight limp. He doesn't say anything, but stops and regards you with interest. What's wrong with your leg? He just laughs and shakes his head. Okay, fair enough. Some more patrons down there. We have Captain Pepperjack. You feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. You see the prow of a ship slice through the deck of another, a Valalian spice vessel. You are immediately accosted by splintering wood and panic. The pirates are upon the ship in the space of a shout, all elbows, gold earrings, and violence. The crewmen are hurled, shoved, and punched off the deck as the dog-eared captain boards. The hunt begins immediately as the water begins to claim the wounded merchant vessel. The larger cargo boxes are ignored entirely, in favour of the smaller, more delicate boxes and jars. The captain stands, water snarling around his ankles as he waits for each of his crew to return to the ship with their plunder. Counting them off, he takes a running jump and grabs the railing, hauling himself aboard as the remains of the merchant vessel are devoured by the ocean below. The crew applauds, raucous cheers and laughter as they begin to sort through the valuable Valalian spices. The Fansington will eat well tonight. Pirate Captain literally lives up to his name. We have Wade here. Let's have a word with you. Wade's eyes are red-rimmed and unfocused. He stares into a filthy mug as if searching for something. He shivers and takes another drink. Perhaps you've had a bit too much to drink. His eyes are filled with shame and self-loathing. What do you want from me? Your son is dead. Darren was defending one of the women here from a couple of thugs. How do we know Wade's his father? I guess we somehow found out. My boy died while I was here. Oda, my wife, she always said I'd come to no good, but I never thought. Oh, so Oda's the mother as well, okay. You need to tell her what happened. What's the use? It's over. Our son is dead and she'll never have me back. This is where I belong. So we couldn't convince Wade to confront his wife. But we now know that Oda is the mother of Darren. And oh, we can't see Andra's gift from here. But it's actually just a bit to the northwest.
Gods keep you.
Leans tulips. She leans on the bar, her black painted nails tapping on the wood. What'll it be? What can you tell me about this place? She arches an eyebrow. Every foreign sailor and visiting villager knows about the salty Mast. It's the most famous brothel in Defiance Bay. If you want to know more, just ask Maya. Goodbye then. Can we pop behind here without annoying anyone? We can, but there's nothing here. We have a Gifa here.
Good day to you.
Not from around here, are we? You need a local girl to show you the highlights. Lucky for you, I'm one of them. Your local girl or highlight? Both gorgeous. What else can I do? What else can you do with that clever tongue of yours? What local attractions would you recommend, Gifa? I'd rather show than tell. Maybe another time. She's very forward. Oh, 10 Louis and Omedan. Two of the godlikest, it seems. Let us touch the essence of this man's soul. You see the burnt out shell of a room? This man stands in the middle of it, scorch marks surrounding his feet, smoke rising from his fire-singed robe. Debris is littered around. Broken shelves, torn and burnt books, smashed chairs and a sundered table. There are cracks in the walls and light shines weakly through a small hole in the roof. Every window in the room has shattered, and a lamp lies on its side in the corner, burning oil forming a pool underneath it on the stone floor. The man looks around, surveying the wreckage. His eyes stop briefly on the 5 bodies lying amidst the debris. They are twisted, burned, torn, and nearly unrecognizable. He turns back to the only living man remaining, sitting against the wall, legs and pelvis crushed under a heavy stone beam. The dying man stares blankly over the beam, blood running from the corner of his mouth. The uninjured man leans over, looking into the eyes of the other. No other may have this knowledge, he says. The man opens his mouth to speak, but the man has already walked away. He drops his hand to the side and speaks a short phrase. An inky drop falls from his hand and hits the ground, growing into a ring of black energy that extends outward. As it passes over the other man, he transforms. His skin becomes ashen and grey, his flesh desiccating, struggling with that word, and wrinkling in on itself. The ring extends past the man and blinks out of existence as his body, now nothing but ash, collapses in on itself. Okay, you're not a nice person. How about you, lady? You see a tall woman crouched over a drink, sitting alone in an unkempt inn. What few other patrons are there leave her well alone, walking a wide berth as she drinks. Even the innkeeper avoids her eye as he serves her a procession of drinks, but he seems to take no notice. A man swaggers in, and he does take notice. With an imperious nod to the innkeeper, he seats himself next to the woman. Her buxton form his clear interest. She turns away from him, but he persists, reaching a hand across and touching her knee. In seconds he is prone on the floor, shocked and still, scrambling to get back up, and is prevented by her shoe on his throat. She raises an eyebrow, expression empty as he splutters for mercy. He's red by the time she relents, and as she turns back to her drink, as he scrambles backwards and out the door, casting affronted glances behind him as he retreats. The other patrons shake their head knowingly. Okay, so it's not as bad as causing someone to break down. We can go upstairs. So there's someone upstairs who might be of interest. We have a chef and we have another brothel guard here guarding the one casket we can look at. And an older drunkard.
Hail and well met.
His robes are torn and stained with vomit. He turns his eyeless face towards you, ripening his mouth. Come for a story? I told all the best stories. It's my club anyway. What club are you talking about? The club for refined and prestigious gentlemen. He prods your shoulder. Wait. If you don't know about the club, you must be... Where was I? Oh, you must be here about the ring. The ring. He shoves it into your hand. Have to have that to get into the lounge. They don't just let anyone in, you know. It's the most exclusive club in Defiance Bay. And whatever you do, don't tell them you're new or... He turns away, overcome by a fit of dry heaving. So, yeah, there's A lot of talking in this episode. We have to conclude our quest to tell Otter about her son. We can go through this door and we can go upstairs. This episode's ran on a bit longer than I expected because we had to deal with those elementals and animats there in the canal. But when we come back, we'll continue exploring the salty Mast here. And then we'll leave and try to complete the quest we just picked up. Obviously we have Brave Darren and Supply and Demand. As well as the quest we were on, Far From Home, to speak to Cyril, one of the working girls here. So this has been AnthWolf, and I hope you've all enjoyed, and I hope you all take care. And I'll see you for more Pillars of Eternity in the next video. Bye bye now.